Good morning, everyone, and thanks for joining our campus coffee break today. You're listening to Kathy Tabor from the Center for Campus Fire Safety. Today's coffee break presenter is Chris Hill from Kidder Engineered Systems. All attendees are in listen-only mode. If you have questions, please type them in the Q&A section of your control panel, and we'll answer all the questions at the end. Depending upon the amount of questions, we may run over our 15-minute segment. You're welcome to stay online with us or sign off if you need to. We understand you all have things to do. You will not miss anything because the presentation and the ending Q&A session will be recorded and will be sent to you. It'll also be available on the CCFS website by the end of the day. To sign up for additional campus coffee breaks or webinars, simply visit Campus Fire Forum or our Campus Fire Forum. Just visit us at myccfs.org. And now I'll be quiet and turn this over to Chris. Thanks, Chris.
Hi, everyone. My name is Chris Hill. I'm the Kidder Notification Product Manager, and I want to talk to you about Genesis LED series. And I want to give you a live demo rather than just PowerPoints. I want to show you guys exactly all the features and the benefits in this Genesis LED series. One of the main features is the ultra low current draw. So compared to our legacy Genesis Xenon product, we have over a 90% reduction in current draw due to our patented lens and LED electronics. And we actually have the same current draw across all candela settings, and that's part of the patent that we have. So for that demo, I'm going to show you on this board here, we have our new Genesis LED appliances here on the left-hand side, and then on the right-hand side, we have our legacy Xenon Genesis appliances. And in the middle here, and we're going to zoom in to show you, we have a ammeter that will show the current draw, an analog ammeter with a needle, show the current draw of each. Right now, we have it set at 24 volts. That's the nominal for a circuit. Our appliances can work all the way up to 33 volts, so we can change it to 33, and all the way down to 16 volts. So 16 volts would represent worst case scenario. So we're going to do this demonstration with a 16 volt worst case scenario. Let me move this in here. So now we've got on the top here, the Genesis LED is a 110 candela appliance and 110 on the Genesis. And then this is our compact G1, EG1 Genesis LED and the legacy here. So we're gonna have Dave zoom in here and we'll show you what the current draw actually is. So you can see this meter goes 0 to 300 milliamps. And I'm going to start off with the legacy appliance, and I'll push the button, and you can see we're getting around 260 milliamps. And then with the Genesis LED, just about 20 milliamps. So a huge difference, 260 versus around 20. So now I'm going to do the 75 candela. Again, I'll start with the legacy. So the legacy registering around 230 milliamps. And then here is the Genesis LED. Again, just around 20 milliamps. So high current draw versus low current draw. And that's really the big feature with the Genesis LED product, is having that ultra low current draw. All right, so I'm going to give a little demonstration of some of the other benefits of the Genesis LED. One of the other benefits that we have is that we have removable cover skins. So let me just give that as a demonstration. The cover skins can be removed. And when the cover skins are removed, you can actually get at all of the different settings underneath. So the settings, we have the output for the horn. We also have the candela settings right under here. And another thing that we have that we're going to demonstrate in a second is this probe here that allows you to check the voltage without taking the appliance off the wall. Just by taking the cover skin off, you can get all those different settings. And on our compact appliance, same thing. You can take the cover skin off, and you've got settings for the candela and for the horn output right here. And in addition, we also have these probes available to check voltage while the device is still on the wall without having to take it off. So it's simulating taking a probe to the back of the wires on the appliance. So I'm going to give a little demonstration of that, what that looks like. Again, we've got this set at 16 volts right now. So we're gonna take this up here and check the voltage on this. So hey Dave, come over this way. You're blocking that. Come on this side. This is a live demo. Here we go. All right, so you can see we're getting 16 volts on there, and you can see that we're at 16 volts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this 24, and you can see we're getting 24 now, and change it up to 33, and you can see we're getting 33. So great way to be able to check voltage without having to take the appliance off the wall. Thank you, Dave. So also want to talk about the room side wiring plate. So with our full size appliances, you can actually take the entire appliance off the wall, and it's a room side wiring plate underneath. One of the benefits of the room side wiring plate is that you can pre-wire the building to make sure that you've got the continuity in the circuit. All of our room side wiring plates come with a diagnostic check bar. So they ship with this check bar installed. And what this check bar is actually doing is it's shorting out the positive in, positive out to maintain continuity in the circuit as if you had an appliance on. So you can pre-wire the building, make sure that your wiring and your electrical is good, and then you take this diagnostic check bar off. And just as a demonstration, I'm going to hang a different appliance. I'm going to hang our wall appliance on the same room side wiring plate. So really, really flexible having that room side wiring plate to do that diagnostics and the pre-wiring with the diagnostic check bar. All right, let me just move the camera out a little bit. And just wanted to start off by saying we've got the same room side wiring plate for our speaker appliances. And so we're going to give some demonstrations here, but wanted to show same diagnostic check bar and room side wiring plate for our speaker appliances. And our speaker appliances, one of the great features of our new speaker strobes is that we have a high intelligibility. So speakers are measured by what they call STI, or speech transmission index, and that actually is measuring how well a message is understood. So we've all had issues before, at the airport where you get the peanuts, the want, and you don't really understand what the message is. So we actually have a 0.81 STI, speech transmission index, and anything above a 0.76 is considered excellent. So really the takeaway here is that it's not just about how loud the speaker is, it's that understanding the message is as important as knowing that there's an emergency. So also want to talk about the speaker strobes. We have the same features with being able to take the cover skins off. So you can take the cover skin off here. And with the cover skin off, you've got the candela settings. You also have the tap settings. So we go 1/4 watt, 1/2 watt, 1 watt, and 2 watt tap settings. And one of the other really nice features is we have a 70 and 25 volt selector. So in the past, we had to have you order either a 70 volt speaker or a 25 volt speaker, depending on the system that you had. And now you actually can just select 70 or 25 volt right on the appliance. So one SKU rather than multiple SKUs for that. We also have the same voltage test probe to be able to do that diagnostics And again, it's on the same room side wiring plate that has this diagnostic check bar. And with our wall, same thing with our wall. You can change the settings here right underneath, the watt tap settings, the candela settings, and you can change from 70 to 25 volts right here with the Voltage Test Pro. So a lot of flexibility, a lot of diagnostics, and these cover skins can come off and they can actually be swapped. So you can use a different cover skin if you have changing requirements for color or marking, and they're sold separately. So wanted to give a demonstration of also of our speakers. So our speakers are obviously, they work for fire applications, but I wanted to show that they can be used for other types of applications too. So here's an example of a lockdown message.
This building is in a lockdown situation. Please secure all doors and remain quiet. This is not a drill. Please follow these instructions immediately.
And then here's a chemical spill. So just another.
A chemical release has been detected in this building. Please don protective gear. Proceed to your specified gathering point and await further instructions. Thank you.
So that's just showing that we've got the versatility. If you've got a speaker, an audio system, that you can do more than just fire messages. So you can obviously do fire messages. You can do T3 tones, and you can actually do low frequency as well. So I'm going to give a demonstration of that. So down here we actually have also our speaker strobes, but they're going to be driving a T3 low frequency tone. And the importance of that is that our speaker strobes are certified to the NFPA standard for low frequency for sleeping rooms. So you can use a speaker application for a low frequency requirement. So let me just show that too. So again, lots of flexibility with our speakers. You can customize your message to do mass notification for lockdown, chemical spills, for fire. You can also use it to actually drive that T3 low frequency tone for sleeping room requirements. So a lot of different flexibility. And with that, that's the end of my demo. And I'd like to remind people, if you have questions, to type them into the chat. Also, because this is a live demo, if there's anything that you saw that you'd like me to demonstrate again, or zoom in a little bit more, if you've got questions about that, type that into the chat, and we'll show you a little bit more detail on the demo.
Thanks, Chris. That was great. And we do have some questions. I'll start with the first one is, does the wiring plate come on the compact version of the Genesis also?
That's a great question. So the compact, this is our compact EG1. This does not come with the room side wiring plate. It's actually the only appliance we have that does not have a room side wiring plate. All of our full size wall and ceiling appliances and speaker strobes as well. Horn strobe, speaker strobe, strobe only, and these form factors use that same room side wiring plate. Because of the footprint of this, it does not have a room side wiring plate. So the diagnostics for this are still the Voltage Pro, which you can check as if you're on the back side, but you don't have a room side wiring plate for our EG1 compact appliance. Good question.
All right, and the next one, are the ceiling devices listed for wall applications? The wall appliances do not have high candela strobes available.
I'm sorry, Kathy, could you repeat the question?
Sure. Are the ceiling devices listed for wall applications? The wall
Yes.
appliances do not have high candela strobes available.
Yeah, so that's another great question. So this form factor is specifically for wall. This goes up to 110 candela. Our ceiling form factor goes up to 115 candela right now. We are in the process of completing out this product line and getting higher candela than that. But this ceiling appliance is rated for both wall and ceiling. So you could mount it just as you see here on a wall for 115 candela or on the ceiling. This particular appliance is rated just for wall.
All right. And I'm just going to.
Yes, and we're also working on a high candela wall device. That's the end part of the question. Right. But the ceiling will work for both wall and ceiling.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Just for anyone that might have come in after my first announcement, in the interest of everyone's time, we're going to go over the 15-minute segment. We do have more questions. If you need to disconnect, it's okay. We're recording. If you want to stay online with us, you're more than welcome to. We're happy to have you. This next question, Chris, and we have quite a few. Please confirm the current draw is the same for all candela settings.
Yes, I get that question a lot. So with our 110 candela, this just as an example, 110. So at the 15 candela, 30 candela, 75 candela, and 110 candela, they're all rated for 28 milliamps. And I know that's confusing because typically as you go up in candela, because that's higher light output, you would go up in current draw. I mean, that's just the physics of it. The way that this was designed, the way that we have the patent on this design is it's limiting the inrush current. And typically with notification appliances, the limiting factor from UL is worst case. And worst case for notification, because all of the strobes have to be synchronized, you have to turn them all on at once. And it's like turning on a bunch of appliances in your house and potentially overloading the circuit. So that's the worst case scenario, is that inrush current when everything gets turned on all at the same time. And that inrush current is what the patent is on for limiting. And that's how we're able to get the same current draw across all the candela settings. So yes, absolutely. If you are looking to specify a wall strobe product, you don't have to worry about what candela setting you're at. Whether you're at 15 candela all the way up to 110 candela, it's just 28 milliamps. So you just have to count the number of strobes, not have to worry about the settings. Good question.
Okay. Next one is, do you have a sync module for use on other manufacturers' panels?
So that gets a little bit complicated. We probably would have to take some of that offline to specifically talk about that, because these appliances are they're certified to work with our panels and our booster power supplies. So anytime you're getting outside of that, it's about a compliance issue with UL and compatibility. So we have to make sure that the source of the synchronization is certified to work with these appliances. So it certainly works with our panels and with our boosters, but anytime you're getting outside of that, it would be a broader question that we'd have to dig into.
All right, and it looks like you have another candela question. How can the current draw be the same for all the candela settings? Shouldn't the current go up for higher candela?
Yeah, that's similar to the question that was asked earlier about the candela setting be the same across all the currents. The current being the same across all the candela settings. And that is the patent that I was mentioning. So the fact that we are limiting the inrush current, and that's the limiting factor on the certification from UL, that inrush current is limited to the 28 milliamps, which gives us the same current draw across all of our candela settings. So again, it doesn't typically do that. Most notification appliances will have different current draws for different candela settings. And if you truly look at the current draw once it's cycling, it is a little bit different between 15 and 110 candela, but they're all limited by that inrush current. So if we really were examining it, the run current would be a little bit different, but the inrush current is that 28 milliamps, which is why we have that rating across the board, 28 milliamps across all candela settings.
All right. And another, do you have any way to check the integrity of the circuit after it's been wired?
Yes, that's actually the benefit of the room side wiring plate. One of the benefits is the room side wiring plate with this diagnostic check bar. So the idea is this room side wiring plate ships with the Kidde appliance, and then you can pre-wire the building and you're checking the integrity by using this diagnostic check bar that shorts out the positive in, positive out to simulate as if an appliance was hung here. And we have a dust cover that goes over this, so you can continue construction and you know that the circuit is good, and then you can come back and then take this diagnostic check bar off, and then you can hang an appliance. So here's an appliance I have right here, and you can just come in and hang the appliance. So anyway, it's a great question. We also have the diagnostics that we demonstrated on here, where you can take off the cover skin, and with the cover skin off, so for the G1 appliance that doesn't have a room side wiring plate, we do have those voltage probes. So you can check without taking the appliance off the wall with those voltage probes. Oh, a little bit better view of that. The voltage probes are right here. But that was the demonstration that we were doing earlier, where we stuck the probes up and showed that we were getting the same voltage with these probes right here as we were getting down here with the 16 volts. Thank you, Dave.
Okay, and the next question is, where did you get that removal tool?
Ah, that's a great question. So here we go. Let's see, we've got these removal tools. We actually are in the process of getting these as a 10-pack orderable SKU. And we have these removal tools. We've been giving them away at different conferences and things like that, but we're actually going to be making this an orderable 10-pack that we're going to be able to be putting online for you guys to order. It's a great removal tool. Obviously, you could use a small tip screwdriver, but this tool is a great little tool to be able to take cover skins off and to be able to take the room side wiring plate off. So that was the demonstration I showed earlier, that you can take the entire appliance right off. And then here's a a different appliance that we can just hang right on that same room side wiring plate. So yeah, these tools are very useful. They are not yet available to be able to be ordered, but we're working on that. So you should see that soon. They're going to come in a box like this, a 10-pack box, to be able to order 10 of them at a time. And in the box, we've got some, I'll zoom in a little bit. We've got demonstration of how you can take the cover skins off or remove the appliances for the different kinds of appliances. And they come in a little tray here with a 10-pack.
Nice. Do you have a low frequency sounder with 177 CD strobe?
$176. No, we do not. We don't have that yet. So the highest candela we have on Genesis LED is the 115 on the ceiling. We are going to be getting that. So we are going to have, in fact, our higher candela appliances that we're working on next are going to go all the way up to 185 candela. So they're going to be 135, 150, 177, and 185. So we will have that, and then we will also have the low frequency there. So yeah, there are a number of items that we are still working on within this Genesis LED line. One of the important things I want to mention is that these appliances, the new Genesis LED, are backwards compatible with our legacy appliances, and they can be used on the same loop in the same line of sight. So all of the solutions we had on the Xenon, you can still use those and take advantage of the new Genesis LED appliances where applicable to get that extra low current draw. And we are going to continue to bring out more and more appliances to fill out the entire product line under this Genesis LED technology.
And will these sync with legacy strobes?
Yes. So that's the part that I meant by backwards compatibility, is that they do sync with legacy. So while we don't have high candela yet, you can still use the legacy product and the Genesis LED on the same loop and same line of sight, and they will synchronize. They'll synchronize within the 20 millisecond requirements. And so, yes, they absolutely can be used on the same loop and synchronized. Yep.
Okay, looks like we're done. I did have, some people came in and said, great job, thank you. And another few people came in, maybe didn't hear my announcement. Yes, this is being recorded and you'll all receive a copy of the video sometime over the next, maybe this afternoon or as late as tomorrow. But thank you, Chris, great job. Thank you, everyone, for attending, and take care. And if Chris's contact details will be on the website, if you, on our website, myccfs.org. If you need them, just simply contact him. And thank
Absolutely.
you.
Shoot me an email. I'd love to answer questions about this. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.